Guys, before we jump into the video, I just want to say, head over to Sideline Swap for all you hockey fans over there. I'm selling a ton of sticks. I got up for sale right now. I'm going to post the link in the top right-hand corner as well as the link in my bio. Check out all these sticks. They're all pro stock from stuff I've used or stuff I've collected over the last couple of years. A lot of the stuff is brand new. Tell your aunts, uncles, cousins, nephews, whoever's a hockey fan needs sticks, I got them.
Guys, what's going on? It's Bubs here, back at the beach in Costa Rica here today. You already seen the title of today's video. How can you improve your life? 5 things, I'm gonna say 5 things in this video to help improve your life on the daily. You know, it's something that I've learned over the past couple years, a lot of these things. So from an athlete's perspective, but also just from an everyday betterment perspective too. So you're gonna wanna get your pens out, you're gonna wanna get your pencils out, get a notebook, write some stuff down, or rewatch the video multiple times, because I know you guys are gonna like this one. So self-improvement, baby. Back here at the beach again. Let's jump on into the video, guys. All right, coming in at number 1 on the list today, we have reframing. So that'll sound interesting to some people out there. For those of you who haven't heard of what reframing is, it's almost a different way to look at something. You know, the act of saying something and then being like, oh, okay, cognizant that you just said something negative and you want to reframe it and put it in a positive light. So if you see my video a few weeks back, I'm gonna pop to it again right now, is the Reese Witherspoon, I don't gotta do anything, I get to do this. You know, that's so powerful for me. I'll pop to it right now.
Train at the train station, and he said, you know, I decided this morning, instead of saying I have to wait for the train, he's like, I get to wait for the train. And I get to wake up in the morning, and I get to shower myself, and I get to pick out my own clothes, and I get to go somewhere really special for lunch, and I get to have lunch with my friend, and I get to go home, and I get to get in my cozy bed. And I just thought, that's such a nice way to reframe things towards the positive. Just be lucky for everything that happens to you today.
Honestly, that's such a big key now in my life. Like the last month or so since I learned that, of just freeing me up. Like, you know, you really don't got to do anything you don't want to do, you know? And I know that sounds so silly, but sometimes we get so in the trap of like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that for work, I got to, you know, go get a coffee at it. It's like, nah, you know what? It truly is so powerful in your words. You don't got to do anything, guys. You get the opportunity to do it. You get to do these things daily. Another powerful one that I've heard recently that is very good, that I've liked, is these things aren't happening to me, they're happening for me. And, you know, so many times we think that, right? Oh, why does this always happen to me? How many people you hear say that one, right? And really thinking and believing that, like they embody it and they believe that these bad things are happening to them. In reality, guys, good things and bad things are part of life. Like, that's just the way it is. You're never gonna meet someone who's lived their whole lives where nothing bad has happened to them, and vice versa, where nothing is, you know, like they haven't had a good day, you know? So that statement is so powerful for me because, you know, it's truly believing that, like, if a bad thing happens or something happens to me, they're all learning lessons, man. They're all learning lessons. They're not happening to you, they're happening for you to learn from and build from. And when you really break down like the aspect of like life, it's just like this. Like, that's all it is. And basically you're learning. You're constantly just learning every single day, good things, bad things. Oh, this worked, oh, this didn't. You know, and a lot of times it could be like, oh my God, this didn't work. And, you know, you go down a negative spiral at that. But in really, if something bad happens, it's just showing you like, okay, that isn't the way. Maybe the way is this way. So, you know, you think of it like a path, right? So those are a couple things as far as reframing goes, guys, that I've added into my life. These are all the things I'm going to say today. They're all what I've added into my life, like within the last 2 months, a month, and has been hugely beneficial to my life. All right, guys, one of the last quotes that I'll say for today is by way of shout out to Brandon Harris, man. I went out and trained with Brandon in Arizona, not this summer, but the summer prior. One of the best trainers I've had, man. Sugar Sean's trainer, like so many guys out there training with him. He's the best. But he sent me this a while back from Tom Hanks, where if I have the clip, I'll find it and link it up.
What piece of advice would you give yourself?
I wish I had known that this too shall pass. You feel bad right now? You feel pissed off? You feel angry? This too shall pass. You feel great? You feel like you know all the answers. You feel like that everybody finally gets you, and there you are. This too shall pass. Time is your ally, and if nothing else, just wait. Just wait it out.
But he goes on to talk about one of the things he wished he knew when he was younger. This too shall pass. And that's been so key for me too over the course of the summer. Good thing, this too shall pass. Bad thing, this too shall pass. Whatever it is that you're going through at the minute, like, times change, guys. It's a beautiful clip and beautiful words from Tom Hanks, so that's something that's really helped me. And then the last thing I want to touch on, just with reframing, this is not even so much reframing per se, but prioritize, guys, feeling good. Like, I think that's one thing I've really added in this summer was the aspect of just feeling good daily, and whatever that is. For me, I've noticed when I get up in the morning after I do some meditation and stuff, like, get moving, put some music on, dance around, mess around a bit, like get really laughy and jokey, you know, that's an easy way to almost, like, not even so much reframe, but like rewires your system of like, okay, I'm in a good mood, you know, stuff starts off, and like starting the day off on the right foot, you know. It's just such an easy way. And for me, it's so simple of like, put good music on and, you know, just dance and mess around while you're making breakfast, getting something to eat, whatever it is. We all do that when we're in our own home. Like, we all mess around and joke around, like, totally. So why not do that on the daily and just make yourself feel good, you know? The next one I got for you guys out here today, nourishing the body. Notice how I didn't say diets or anything like that. Nourishing the body, man. You are what you eat. Like, literally, you are what you eat. And it's that couldn't be one of the most true statements I've ever heard. Here's a quote that I heard recently, really, really good. I enjoy this one. Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. Guys, you embody what you eat. See, I'm not here to tell you this is how you should eat or that's how you should eat. You know, I think it's something where you have to try a lot of different things. Some, you know, do I believe in like veganism and all that stuff? I mean, I believe in anything that is gonna make somebody feel good. So if you can honestly do something and that, you know, to your core, to your inner soul, like that, you're like, damn, I feel good every day doing this, then man, I believe in it. Like, I don't know if there's a right or wrong way. I know there's a ton of science out there. For me, I went animal-based, eating, you know, meats, fruits, raw dairy, raw milk, you know, raw honey, that sort of thing. It made me feel really, really good. So I enjoy that way of eating. I will say, just as far as food goes, obviously anything, like for me, I've cut out all bad oils, seed oils, all those sort of things. Anything that comes out of a package, you probably know is like not too great, you know. And obviously there's a lot of stuff in packages, but I just mean more so, you know, chips, kind of like even protein bars and stuff. That for me was like my crux. I love chips, protein bars, you know, it's a quick, easy thing. Most of the stuff though, guys, if you look, if it has a laundry list of ingredients, you probably shouldn't be eating it. Now, there is one thing I want to say. Obviously, a lot of people out there is like, well, how you be super strict? Like, you telling me you don't have ice cream, stuff like that. I go kind of full board where I try and do like healthier options of something. Because at the end of the day, I think like for me, my big goal is trying to feel good, you know? So I kind of ask myself that question, and maybe you can add this into your life too. It's like, if you're gonna have something bad to eat, like, you know, ask yourself, is this really gonna benefit me? Or is it just a quick hit, like mouth pleasure, you know, 1 minute, 2 minutes, and that's it? Ask yourself that question, because I find myself, my mind doing that a lot when I'm gonna eat something bad. And then I actually end up feeling bad after eating something not so good for me. So it's kind of just like little wins, you know? You gotta just keep stacking little wins, really, of like, you know, keep eating good stuff. You're fueling your car, right? Imagine your body is a Ferrari, so you're fueling yourself for good things. You wouldn't buy a Ferrari and then put bad gas in it, right? Well, you only got one body out there, guys, so choose to put good things in there, whether that is plants and stuff. You know, for me, like I said, I eat more animal based. I believe there's good in a lot of things, and there's also harm in a lot of things, put it that way. One challenge to do with eating that you can apply into maybe this week or daily. If you could do this daily, that's unbelievable. But it's the meal challenge. So try to sit down and eat a meal whilst not looking at your phone, you know, not scrolling Instagram, Twitter, any of those things, even on YouTube. Cancel my video and put it on pause for a while. Just eat. Try to enjoy the aspect of, I know this sounds so even super silly, but it's just try to enjoy the aspect of just eating and being present and enjoying like the whole thing, you know? So oftentimes we're watching TV, we're on YouTube, we're, you know, doing all these things, working. Just be with that meal, for that meal, in front of you, and yeah, that's the meal challenge, guys. If you could do that weekly or daily, man, that's awesome. Just being present, eating. Okay, the next one, guys, I got for you is challenges. Challenging yourself and challenges. I worked with Laird Hamilton in 2020, 2021-ish. I went out to Laird's house and trained with him and Gabby for a while. For those who don't know Laird, I'll pop up some pictures or video. He's, you know, kind of the Tony Hawk of surfing, if you will. Big wave surfer, surfed every big wave out there. And guy's just a machine, like, you know, mid-50s now, and incredible shape. Like, his longevity is incredible. And one of Laird's big like aspects for like how do you stay young, how do you how do you move so great, whatever, is try new things. So he's constantly doing new things, and doing new things puts you in a state of learning. It's one of the big things, like one of the reasons why I moved out here to Costa Rica is you're in a constant state of learning every day. Since I've been here, I don't speak the language, so I'm automatically, you know, trying to communicate, learning the language, trying to figure out where grocery stores are, where, you know, different things are, guys. And it's just like you're constantly learning, right? You're in a new area, so it puts you in that state of learning daily. I would say don't be afraid to challenge yourself either. I think naturally as humans we all crave comfort and doing the comfortable thing. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself outside your comfort zone too. And like my example recently, obviously is coming to Costa Rica, like I said, but when I was back in Chicago recently, before coming out here, I did a retreat before this, and I was kind of prescribed before going into the retreat that like yoga and hot yoga would be a huge benefit for me. So trying to find a place in Chicago, number one, to do hot yoga, and then to go there, like find where it is on the street, you know, to find where parking was. Like I've only ever really walked around Chicago, so trying to find street parking, the aspect of how do I pay for the parking, what does the studio look like, going into the studio, oh, who are the people, who are the teachers, what's the setup? Like it really it's amazing because I learned a whole new area in Chicago that I probably would have never even really known about, or, you know, but now I associate that with that experience in the hot yoga. And it's really just like, yeah, guys, like trying to like learn new things daily like that. Honestly, keep challenging yourself. It doesn't have to be like, oh my God, every day do the biggest challenge ever, but just little things, you know, daily. Even in it could be like, oh, you've been going to the same gym for a long time and you feel stale, switch going to a different gym, you know, or maybe try something else. Yeah, try yoga, try hot yoga, Pilates. Like, there's plenty of stuff out there too, and if it's not for you, it's not for you, but at least like you got the experience trying it. So guys, that was coming in number 3 on the list. Let's go to number 4 now. All right, so the next one we got, hopefully you guys are enjoying this so far. I know there's a lot of people out there who's kind of been talking to me about more content like this. Sense of direction. This one is like huge, guys. Like possibly my biggest one. Sense of direction, you know, in life. It sounds big, right? It sounds really big. But let me break it down to you like this, because recently I've learned this. Sense of direction can be the smallest little thing ever turned into a big thing over time. So let me break it down like this to you. So for me this summer, I think coming off of last season, I really wanted, I just had this urge to want to feel good every day. And that was, you know, something for me where it just felt so strong, like on my inner core of like, I want to feel good daily. So what comes with that? Okay, yeah, we start to look at the nutrition. How am I eating? Can I put the right fuel in my body? What am I doing when I start the day? Mentally, how am I doing? All the things that come with like, how do I feel good every day? Is it where I'm living? You know, is it the things I'm doing as far as like activities? Can I go surfing more? All these things that, you see how it started from like, I want to feel good every day. And then that turns into, okay, well, here I start building up a list. And now it's like, okay, I understand this bigger picture of like, this is how, you know, this will make me feel good. So yeah, guys, I would think, get a sense of purpose of, it could be anything, right? It could be growing a business. It could be, you know, it doesn't even have to be that big. It could be daily. I just want to feel more myself. Okay, and then you start digging into, well, what would make me feel more myself every day? Moving a lot, whatever it is, you know, literally just pick like almost the smallest thing and you can just build off of it and really make your life better every day. Because honestly, since I did that, and since the aspect of like, okay, I want to feel good every day, you know, that was part of the reason why I had to move out here to Costa Rica. I shouldn't say even had to, I get to move out to Costa Rica. See, caught myself right there. It was just, yeah, to feel good every day. This is the environment I want to be in. You know, really good, clean food out here. Raw milk, a lot of that stuff. Like, that all leads into my life being better. And then I know a lot of people out there are probably saying too, well, yeah, that's fine and dandy, you know, if you got time or you got this or you got money or this and that. Again, guys, you don't gotta do anything, man. Like, you get to. Like, if you're out there talking about work, I gotta work, and you know, I can't go out to Costa Rica, blah blah blah. Like, remember, you're choosing to do that every day. You're choosing to do that. You know, you don't have to. There's nobody holding a gun to you to your head saying like, you got to do these things. We all get a choice. The American dream, baby. You can do what you want to do out there. So yeah, that's a big one, guys. Here's a tip I'll say on this subject real quick, is listen to your heart, man. Listen to your inside, because I think a lot of times too, we'll go on and we'll say stuff that we don't even really know like we're saying. And I, like, in that instance, I had talked to my brother multiple times, and even guys on my team, where I'm like, oh man, now would you ever want to like live out somewhere remote, would you ever, you know, I'd love to just like live somewhere and just be in that environment and stuff. But I would sort of just say it and not even really realize. And then it kind of come to me one day where I'm like, man, go and do that. Like, get out there. And nobody's telling you, you got to go play hockey, you got to do this, you got to do that. Like, you're telling all these people you want to do it, just go. So listen to your heart a lot of times, guys, because most times than not, you're like subconsciously just saying it, and you're like, you really want to do something. It's like right there, you know? So listening closely, because a lot of times, like I said, it's there. It's really there. All right, guys, so let's go on to number 5 here. All right, we come to number 5. Last but not least, we get into mindfulness. And I know mindfulness has come to the forefront the last few years, whatever, 10, 15 years of like, everyone kind of thinks of meditation or whatever. But I'm just gonna say the act of mindfulness in anything, what you do. Shout out to Dana Heimbecker, man. Dana's a good buddy of mine. I work with him in Niagara Falls. I'll link his Instagram in for anyone who wants to check him out or anything like that. But he put me onto that task a few years ago where, you know, the mindfulness eating that I mentioned earlier, but he also said, see if you can clue in, this is another task that you can do. See if you can clue in once a day when you're doing something. It could be brushing your teeth. Just feel the toothbrush hitting your teeth, what the taste is like, what the smell is like. Try to just tune into your senses. The act of being like in something. So mindfulness to me, yeah, okay, it has the association with being still, if you will. I think that's huge. For me, in the mornings when I can get up, do a bit of movement, and then just sit, it really starts my day off like nice and slow, which I really like. But I'm not saying everyone out there has to like sit and be a yogi. Mindfulness can also be go for a walk. Like go for a walk by yourself, you know, enjoy 20 minutes, a half hour, ease into the day. Start the day off, you know, very quiet. For me, that really helps me. Could be journaling, journal thoughts, feelings. I got into journaling, 2020, so I've been doing it 4 or 5 years now, really. I learned it from, I read the book Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey, and the whole book was basically off his journal, and how when, you know, he was 14 years old, he started journaling his whole life. I think that's a super easy skill that for me lets me get a lot of my thoughts and feelings out and where I am in life. I think that can be an act of mindfulness. All right, the last thing I'm just gonna say quickly on mindfulness. I hope everyone out there has enjoyed the video today. I've had a lot of fun making this one. Realizing how blessed you are to get up every day. Like, it truly is a blessing, guys. When you think of life, you think of how lucky you are that you're the one your parents made. Like, it's just a blessing, man. It's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to wake up, be on this earth, go out there, have fun, enjoy, live, laugh, love, do everything. Just be human. Like, that's and embodies mindfulness to me. Just being human. I know that sounds funny and stuff and whatnot, but get out there, do all those things, enjoy your life, guys. This has been a great episode for me to make and be in. I'm so thankful for your time, man. Your time is one of the most precious things out there that you never get back in the world. So thank you so much for spending your time with me and allowing me to entertain you. My name is Bubs, Brendan Perlini. I'm an entertainer, man. I play hockey, I entertain you guys. I make videos, I entertain you guys. I do a lot of stuff out there. I'm an entertainer at heart here. I wish you nothing but good vibes coming over to you guys today. Thanks again for being with me. Check all my other stuff out too. There's some great stuff there. I'll see you guys later. From one thing I've learned from Costa Rica, pura vida, baby. Pura vida. Live a good life, guys. Take care.